All right, number 5, for each of the following functions, determine whether it is even, odd, or neither. Explain why. Notice for each of these, we're given a graph. So if I go back and look at my reference sheets for even and odd functions, okay, for an even function, notice it says the graph is symmetric about the y-axis, okay. The odd function graph has 180-degree rotational symmetry about the origin. Okay, and actually there's a typo here that I'm going to fix. So the graph has 180-degree rotational symmetry about the origin. In other words, if the graph looks exactly the same when you turn it upside down, the function is odd. Okay, so the easiest one to see is even, because symmetric about the y-axis, meaning you can fold it over the y-axis on itself. So let's take a look at the graphs here for each of these. Are any of these symmetric about the y-axis? And the only one that looks symmetric about the y-axis is this one right here, h of x. So this one is going to be an even function because it is symmetric about the y-axis. Okay, so not only do we have to say which one it is, we have to say why. So it's an even function because it is symmetric about the y-axis. Now, the f and g are not symmetric about the y-axis, so we know that those are not even. Now, let's check odd. So odd is the rotational symmetry, the 180-degree rotational symmetry, meaning it looks the same upside down. So G, if I flip that upside down, is definitely not going to look the same. How about F? Okay, visualize in your head, even if you have to take your paper or your computer screen and literally turn it upside down. Okay, that's literally what I'm doing right now. I turned it upside down and it looks exactly the same to me. So f of x is going to be an odd function because it has 180-degree rotational symmetry. About the origin. Okay. G is clearly going to look different if I flip it upside down. So it doesn't have the rotational symmetry. It's definitely not symmetric about the y-axis. So G is going to be an example that is neither even nor odd. Okay, so it's neither even nor odd because it is not symmetric about the y-axis, and it does not have 180-degree rotational symmetry. Again, you have to say even, odd, or neither, and you have to give the reason why. So it's important that you actually state the reason. Okay, and that is it for number 5.